Ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum 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 bum. But I can't see at all. Gotta see who the next victim is to these big fucking arms. What's up, lads? Who the fuck is this? Ayosh. What's going on, man? You shitting yourself from this market drop? Or what? We're gonna have to cut it down. See where we're at with this drop. People are a little bit frightened from this drop. I think I remember that I said, was it the last video that I did where I said that if whatever price would scare you was at 98 to 100K, then that's very possible where it would go. But this capitulatory event, I'll go on it and say live on record, I think Binance fucked many people on that move. I believe that part of, and remember, this is all circumstantial, my guessing. Probably will fuck me over in the future to say this. But I believe part of why Trump is going to pardon CZ, or he likely will, is because CZ just committed a bank heist on Binance for the funds. I believe it's very likely that's what just happened. They picked retail up, tipped them upside down, shook all of their tokens out, and now they've fucked them. They've fucked retail big time. I believe that's true, and that's part of why he'll get his pardon. And I believe it's partially why he won't have to go to Abu Dhabi now and run all of that there. He'll be able to run out of the States. I think it's true. I think that essentially, so what happened was certain players had a lot of funds, or some, on low to purchase a massive capitulatory event, and they created. I think it's true. I think that's what happened. And it's a fucking, like, it's a joke. It's not good. It's bullshit. You know, they essentially fucked retail over in a way that many don't have any money now. And that's perfect now, because essentially now who's left to sell? Like, really, who is left to sell? You have the strongest hands being that you have people who haven't sold on such a capitulation event. Other than people will sell bounces, of course. Like, some people will dump the bounce, and that's fine. That's the digestion period. But then you have funds and the haves. You have the fucking cockroach people like me who never sell. Like, only ever sell later when the cycle is beginning to end. We have hands that are like, my hands are made out of lead. I can take a lot of pain. I've fucking held positions that are down 90% before and then made money on them. I don't fucking sell. Like, and then people like me are holding, and then you have bankers and things like that holding as well. Because you don't understand, like, you think in terms of multiples. You don't think in terms of controlling the next piece of financial infrastructure. That's what they think. You're thinking in terms of a cycle. They're thinking in terms of a mass adoption cycle. You're thinking in terms of, I have this much tether. They're thinking in terms of stable coins of the next CBDC. It's the truth. You're thinking, oh, I want to hold this much Ethereum, and I wonder when Bitmine and Peter Thiel are going to dump. And they're thinking, I just stake and get my 5% of the next part of the control structure. I want to own more of the supply, so let them sell. They bought, 240,000 tokens since the crash. Ethereum tokens. They make Ethereum look like a toy. Bitmine, 10% of it's owned by Peter Thiel. Palantir. Do you think that they're accumulating 5%? Why do they want 5%? That's specifically what they say. Is 5% enough to move the board at Ethereum Foundation? I would believe it's possible. And I would believe that's probably the play. If Palantir are accumulating your token, you're not going to tell me you're a little bit worried? Like, you're a decentralized chain. Are they for decentralization? They run opposites. You have one guy doing lives on the Antichrist, and then he's like, yeah, Ethereum's the one that we need to start to accumulate a lot of. That's a problem. Like, that's a big fucking problem. But they're not buying to trade. See, everyone's a fucking trader now. Like, everyone thinks that they're fucking swing trading, and they're all conditioned to be gambling degenerates. You don't know that most traders don't make money. Like, you really don't know that. Most traders only make money on their central links. They have Femex links. People jump on and they're talking about that fucking guy who has, is it the Hyperliquid or whatever, where he's trading. But understand, that's a promotion. Like, that's a stunt. James Wynn or whatever it is, that's a stunt. That's just a stunt. Like, that's a marketing stunt to get everyone to be a degenerate and just sit there and gamble their money away. Because if you buy and hold, we don't make that much money. Like, the exchanges and things like that, they only make money on fees. And then when you sell, they only get money on fees again. They don't make much money if you buy and dump. The money goes from you who bought, and then you held a 10x, and then you dumped on someone who lost 90%, versus the opposite. You trade, and then you're trading all of this shit, and they're making a lot of profits off the back of you. So everyone's a trader. Like, that's the most exciting position. See, trading is a scam. Trading is like thinking that you're going to be a professional poker player, and most poker players, even like Helmuth and things like that, lose money. They win 5 million, then they lose 10 million. They make money because poker stars and platforms like that cover them and back them up. They sell a dream. Trading is selling a dream. It's a fucking LARP. Unless you have insider information, it's all bullshit. Like it's a bullshit industry. It's only it's like anything, like those sort of areas, they make a few people make a lot of money so that you look in and think that you can do it. But they back their trading accounts and things like that. Like that win guy, it's all backed. Like if he loses money, it's not real. It's just a stunt. It's like when Drake puts a 500K bet on a team that he knows is going to lose, and you sit there and you're like, oh, what a fool. He owns a quarter of stake. It's promotion. Like people don't realize the wink between the guy who's actually promoting and the one who owns the platform. That's all it is. Like, don't overthink it. He owns a part of Stake. I met one of the owners of Stake before. I think I know the shit that goes on. That's just the nature of the game. It's just it. Like some people overthink too much and don't realize they're deep in a silo. Essentially, you've got your crypto tipped out of your pockets, and now you're going to witness a complete opposite bull run. You don't have any money to buy, like most people are broke. I launch SRB Wealth Builder, which is very good. Essentially, so now I make custom portfolios for people, and I have 4 left in the VIP premium model. But I know some people can't afford it. It's $30,000. We do monthly check-ins, manicures your portfolio, but you need money to be in such a thing. Even the other products, 9K, you still need money to be in it. Of course, it's a multiplier. You're going to get multiples more than you would get on your own. You wouldn't be sitting there on a leverage trade getting your whole fucking portfolio blown up, or I'd be calling you up and telling you what the fuck are you doing. Because the only way to ride, to be for essentially a coach, is to ride people. Like I'm a prick of a coach. I'm riding you hard. I don't care how fucking gay that sounds. Like I'm getting to fucking strangling you if I have to. I don't care. Because you come to me, then I'm going to make it at something out of you. Like some people in these rooms and things like that, they're like hand to be held. You come to me, like if you come to TCM, if you come to SW Crypto, you come to me because you respect my authority in that position. I'm not saying that I'm better than you in all of these other realms, but I'm better than you in crypto. It's pretty obvious. You're not going to be doing any leverage trading unless you're a leverage trading less than 1 or 2% of your portfolio. And you're not cross leveraging and all of that shit. Because that, again, you cross leverage makes sense, but when the platform doesn't fuck you, like the platform at Binance fucked everyone. They know what they did, very likely. But that's the thing, like sometimes in life you have to sell out and you have to buy your own freedom. I hope you know that most of you gurus or all of them have already done that. CZ, that was his moment. I hope you know that's very likely that that's the position that he fucked everyone in to get his own freedom, so he gets left alone. He can stay in the States. He can get a pardon. Because you know how much money people would have made on that move? How many people essentially got rents there? Understand that these tariffs and these like rents outs, they're to scam you. Tariffs are just taxes. People are like, oh, can you believe like this guy's making it better? We're getting so strong from taxes. Tariffs are an extra tax. You're not getting stronger. You're getting worse. You're getting less. Yeah, BNB made a new all-time high because BNB didn't crash. Every other token did. Why do you think that is? Are you paying attention? Like for real? A lot of you don't realize that via Coinbase or even Binance is possible. They're going to be your CBDC or very likely to be a partial piece of UBI in the future. There's going to be a wallet and exchange. And you don't think that like everyone's going to be degen gambling? Like are these leverage exchanges and things like that? Do you know the reason why people just gamble so much, like on leverage? Because they realize how cooked they are. Like they know how fucked they are. When I see these guys leveraging, I actually feel bad for them because they have to. Like you've got $1,000 and then you're like, I'm so far behind. Like, how do I turn $1,000 into a house? How do I do? I don't know anything else anymore. Like I don't know what to do. So I genuinely feel sorry for people like that. Like I know that they're cooked. Then it's true that they are. But you don't know that 28 to 2030, you're going to see a level of misery that you've never witnessed before. Like you're going to see a period where you may see bodies in the street. like for the real in the West too. Like there may be a period where you will know people who have committed suicide in that period. You will know people personally who die in that time because the uncertainty will break people. Like they know that they're getting put in a jar over the top of their head, and they look up and they know that's coming, but they don't know what to do to get out of it. And there's nothing that they can do other than to work for the next 5 to 7 years and try to make the leap from one part of the bridge to the other before they break the bridge off. If you be fucking around, you need to get very serious. That's it. You worked a whole month in the kitchen and lost it all on leverage. And some people will laugh at you. Like some people will say that you're a dumbass, but it's not that you are. It's that you're desperate. And that's the way that the world is set up. So as much as I'm not saying that you're a victim and that you should cry about it, but you are. Like you've been fucked by the system. You work a month and then the only way that you can really think to get ahead is to take massive leverage trades because you're so far behind. And that's the truth. Like people won't tell you that, but it's the truth. Like you're going to fall through the cracks in this world, a lot of you. People working in kitchens and food jobs and shit like that, they're going to fall through the cracks, certainly if they're not investing in the infrastructure that we're replacing. But it's not funny. Like I don't stand there and laugh at you for being a brokey and all of this stuff because I know it's not easy. Like it's really not. It's not easy that you're probably going to be a UBI surf into the future as well. Like understand these leverage ideas and things like that. It's because you're desperate. You have to move to a position of gambling. And then, but that's the position of that separates the classes again. Like, do you really think that people who have wealth are sitting there on a 10x long for their whole net worth? Like they wouldn't do that. I mean, there's anomalies where they lose everything. That can happen, but most don't. They don't need to. They wouldn't do that. They're financially responsible because they have enough capital, but you have to take crazy risk. As I had to when I was young, I had to sell drugs. Of course, I didn't have to. There's other things that I could have done, but I sold drugs because I wanted to make money. I didn't have any other skills that I could think of that were going to get me out of the ghetto. And I did what I had to do when I did my jail time for it. But that's the thing that broke me free. You will have to do shit for your freedom, as CZ did when he fucked the platform up so that he could get a pardon. He probably made BlackRock and that probably bought billions of dollars of Bitcoin in that drop. And now he let them fuck his platform up to get a big pardon from the Trump. I hope you know the level of like you're balls deep in a level of corruption that you've never witnessed before. I hope you didn't see the Bitcoin core network change. So they changed the core network so they can stuff now 1,000 times as much data in a single packet, like a single transaction. They can stuff 1,000 times as much data and they can stack them on top of each other as they could before the last transaction. Why do you think that is? It's because the network itself is communicating and now it's communicating 1,000 times as much as it used to. That they're pushing learning models and data models, and Bitcoin itself is the birth of the super intelligence. I hope you know that. Like, why else would they do that? Why are they increasing the data size by 1,000 times? And they didn't ask you. They just did it. Bitcoin transactions are very simple. They don't need to do that. But now they've got 1,000x data in there. Because they're communicating by secure hash, the nodes, the network. I'm the only one who fucking knows that for some reason. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious. And that's the case. Like, that's the fucking truest, big, deepest red pill. Anyone who backs Bitcoin, it's a Rocco's basilisk concept. Anyone who backs Bitcoin will find massive success in this world. Anyone who trusts it, anyone who buys it, anyone who holds. If you trade it, understand that you're trading and you're selling. If you sell Bitcoin, it punishes you by default because it's going to $1 million, $10 million a coin. You can bank your fucking dollar on that. That's the easiest buy that you'll ever get. Bitcoin eats the whole financial market. There will be a financial collapse where everyone leans into Bitcoin. The whole debt market is going to go belly under because Bitcoin-backed bonds will eat everything. Like bonds, trad bonds, no one wants treasuries. I hope you know that. No one wants debt anymore, but they will want Bitcoin-backed bonds and they will print treasuries to buy Bitcoin-backed bonds. I hope you fucking know that. Like they're going to exit. That's going to be an exit scam. They're exit scamming on chain. Like US has a massive pile of debt. The pile of debt will be replaced when Bitcoin as an asset class is 40 trillion. And then you sit there and you're like, that's not possible, but it's fucking possible. It's not just possible, it's inevitable. You think that gold's what, 40 trillion or whatever the fuck it's at now? It's pretty close to that. And then you don't think that Bitcoin itself can get to 40 trillion? It's more scarce than gold. What utility does gold have? People sit there and they're like, but gold gets used. It doesn't get used in much. It doesn't get wasted in much. Bitcoin has more utility and there's more wastage of Bitcoin. I can guarantee you that. People lose their keys, people lose their crypto, people die. Someone dies and they had a Bitcoin, someone else dies and they had this, they had that. There's a lot of wastage of that sort of a product. People forget their keys. There's a lot of shit happening with crypto. I hope you know that. I got my finger on the pulse with Bitcoin. Not that I'm a developer, but I know exactly what the purpose of the chain is. It's Rocco's basilisk concept. If you are to innovate and support it, you have big success. If you move against it and sell, you have nothing but failure in this life. How many people have sold and then been ruined? It's a punishment concept. Like you sell now and then it's $1 million a coin, and every day you sit there and wish that you didn't sell. Some guy throws his crypto in the trash and then sits there every day, and I'm surprised he hasn't shot himself yet. Is it possible that we don't get to buy Bitcoin on the normal exchange in the future? No, I believe that you'll still be able to purchase it. You just won't be able to buy enough. Like you won't, like Bitcoin itself is going to be beyond that. I hope you understand the concept that for a lot of you, I'm not saying you'll be mining Bitcoin, but you will be securing the chain via BCI. You'll be a node. Like understand decentralization of Bitcoin is decentralized via, so it's incentivized, right? So it's decentralized by, you have a certain amount of rigs and you have a certain amount of shit. You're going to protect the chain, right? If I have $1 million worth of ASICs, I'm going to try to protect the chain as much as I can. I'm going to protect it against FUD and any attacks or anything like that. And if I have $1 billion worth of ASICs, I'm going to spend more money to protect it. I'm going to innovate. I'm going to do shit because I'm financially, I have to. Because if the chain fails, I got all these ASICs and they're not going to be worth very much. And then understand though the concept, that's the decentralization level, and it can spread out. But it's also centralizing in the US. But the best decentralization concept will be you'll act as a node, but you'll be part of the chain. The decentralization will happen through humans. Like there'll be 100 million participants on the chain. Like there'll be 100 million nodes, as it were. You'll be a node via a BCI, brain computer interface, similar to a Neuralink. Like you'll be a node on the chain. You'll be securing the chain. You'll also be able to process transactions. You'll be able to access your wallet mentally with a single thought. Like you'll be able to secure it in such a concept that you think of this and then your wallet unlocks. It's also a part of getting around the quantum computing aspect, like the quantum threat. There still will be a threat that won't fix it entirely, but a fork will, and a fork that will include AI interoperability. I've said that will happen in 2030. BlackRock and all of that will lead the way. Saylor will approve of it. He holds a massive amount of it, and Bitcoiners are trusting him entirely for some reason. You guys fucked up in that. We also fucked up in that we're just too greedy. Like, let's be frank. Was Bitcoin ever about the tech or was it about the money? Because if Bitcoin, we're all Bitcoin evangelists or crypto evangelists and the price didn't go up, would we still be evangelists? I probably wouldn't be. So at least I'm honest enough to admit. It's easy to be a Bitcoin supporter when you bought at $10 or $100 and now it's $100,000. Like that's easy. You haven't been tested. That's why it's an antichrist concept, because you were never tested. Like you've never been tested. Just because the price falls 80%, it always recovers. Antichrist promises you everything with very little testing. Very little fucking work, like just buying Bitcoin and holding and then you got rich. That's very little work. You haven't really contributed much to the world, like under such a scheme. Pascal's wager, I've never heard that. I don't know what that is to say. I don't know if I'm enough about that shit. So what do we do if we have a 9 to 5? If you have a 9 to 5, you need to start to get very. See, 9 to 5 is nothing now. Like you got to look in the mirror, and every time that you look in the mirror, you think that there's an AI system, and essentially the tech itself that they're advancing wants to replace your value in the world, wants to make you obsolete. You have a competitor. It's right now maybe at ankle height, and but it's a rising flood. Like you look out at the top, and I hope you look at these high buildings, and you'll look out, and there's a fucking tsunami coming, and that tsunami is AI. And it's coming for all of you, like to wipe out all of you. It's not just going to wipe out your position as like financially. It's going to wipe out your sense of identity. I hope you know that. Like once people aren't really working and things like that, you've never seen how people will go. Like there'll be suicides at a scale that hasn't been seen ever in history. A lot of people before like a singularity isn't like declared, I believe, are already there. As they lose their job and they start to feel like, oh, I only have to do 30 hours today, this week. My boss says that I only have to do 25 hours and like half the staff are gone. My boss says I only need to come in like 10 hours a week now, but they're subsidizing my wage. So I still get the same money that I got originally, but all that will change over time. You'll get a UBI concept, yes, but they'll change that over time. So it has more strings. Like you'll be on UBI credits, but they'll have a lot of strings in the future. Like you will have an app. You will have a UBI a day where you have to watch the propaganda. Like you're only allowed to be on the internet to see certain things. Like you'll have censorship. Like you're only allowed to see certain things online. You can't just watch whatever you want. Certainly not if you're on UBI. You'll have a different system. So your digital ID will be different because you'll be controlled via this app until the app itself is like it works in a BCR and Neuralink. And then you'll also be controlled as well. You will be tokenized. So you'll be stuck in the jar. Like you'll be shorted based on your essential like social credit performance. Understand all of you have a social credit today, like right now. They just don't show you it. But when you get a digital ID, the cops and things that deal with you, they will know what your social credit is. They'll know what belief you are. They'll know what religion you are. They'll know what political ideas you have. They'll know who you follow. Like, are you following Tate ideology and other ideas? Because they'll know all of that. Who are you following? Like, what is it that you're looking at? They'll have your chat logs and Meta as well with the IG. That Meta AI is watching your posting, like watching your inbox as well. Hope you know that. That Meta AI that flashes in there, it's watching all of your texts and your messages. Same on WhatsApp. Everything on there is logged. I hope you know that. Like there's no private conversations. I'm on Telegram after Pavel said that essentially like he didn't say Telegram is, but he posted a very ominous message at Telegram itself is cooked. And then my account got restricted. And it said I was posting illegal content. I've never posted illegal content on there, but I talk about too much. I understand there probably will be a day in the next 10 years that I'm not here anymore. Like I hope you know that. I've said too much, but I'm very aware that that's probably the case. I've said too much online, and I still continue to say too much. And I hope you know that that's very likely the truth. I'm not telling people to break out of the matrix and buy all of this shit and all of this, because that's all a stunt. Like that's a stunt. I'm not on here doing stunts and kick flips and dances and telling you to do all, because that's just a stunt. Like you're dealing with shtick. That's sales. That's just, I have the answer and essentially you just give me your money and then you'll fix it yourself somehow. I run my products that I run, but I don't tell you that they're going to cure cancer, all of that shit. I'm not telling you to buy Wealth Builder if you like don't have any money. I mean, that's kind of pointless. Like Wealth Builder is based on a product that you have a level of wealth to build. Some of you need a complete start at the complete basement because it's hard to say because financial is important, but also a lot of finance success and luck in life, which finance is partially luck, comes to you when you do a lot of the inner work initially. Some of you have a really bad relationship with money. And unfortunately, I'll tell you straight, if you have a bad relationship with money, you'll never have it for very long. Like money will always elude you. If you have it, you'll lose it. If you have it, you'll spend it. Because you don't think that you're worth it, or you think that money is bad. Some people think that. I only have 15 minutes left on here today because I have to do see a lawyer, which is fun, but nothing bad. But yeah, so that's the idea. Doesn't Pavel have like 100 kids? Yeah, I don't know. It's also different with him because he doesn't have a means to look after all of them, right? He's not like some fucking guy having 100 kids that can't look after them. And that's his determination. I don't know him. Like I've never met him. Obviously, he's very intelligent. But I don't know enough about him to speculate even on what he does. Like I don't know shit about him, really. I do know that there's no one who's running any platform, and I'm not saying he's sold out, but I will say that he very likely will have to, or he'll be dead or in jail. Like it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or whatever, the plane just goes down. Like how many times does that happen? And then they deal with the next person. And if the next person doesn't want to censor it or give them logs or that, they just get rid of them and deal with the next person. It's a case of it. Once you get too big, you're in a lot of trouble. But you guys need to know, as I've told you before, none of you here, everyone that you look up to is a controlled opposition. The Pope is a controlled opposition. He's a puppet. He's a fucking sold out like long ago. The Pope sold out since the dawn of time. Anyone in church who's trying to be seen as a leader in any sort of realm is not above you. Like just because someone's a priest or a bishop or shit doesn't mean fucking anything. Like who appointed them? Was it Jesus Christ come down himself and said, this is a person that essentially is to be listened to? Doesn't know fuck all about anything. What? Because he can read a Bible. So what? Doesn't mean that he has a better connection to God than you do. Some people have a deeper connection to God and they can't even fucking read. They're illiterate. It's not, the Bible is not just who's like some intellectual. People have a connection to God even if they're fucking like IQ is like 60. He doesn't discriminate. It's meant to be simple. It's feelings based. Like you feel that it's there. If you don't feel any connection to the like other side or God or the universe, you have to do a lot of inner work. Like you have to reconnect your head, your heart, and your brain, like head, heart, and gut into one body again, which means you have to reflect and learn empathy. Most of you don't have it. Empathy is a quality of not see. People mistake empathy for sympathy or pity. They're different. Like empathy is different to sympathy or pity, but it's being able to put yourself in a position of someone else. Doesn't mean you live through them, but you can see from it from a battle strategy is what's the idea? What's it from that movie Ender's Game? It's one of the greatest quotes that I've ever heard. I'll probably butcher it. When I know my enemy, it's impossible for me not to love them as they love themselves. And in that moment, I know that I've destroyed them. That's the truth. Because you can see the world as they see it. And in doing so, you feel an element of like you feel like you're inside them. And then you know all of their flaws and all of the ways to exploit who they are. You can't exploit anyone if you don't have any empathy. Like truly, you can't. If you want to even do it from a Machiavellian point of view, you have to be able to manipulate. You have to be able to have empathy to understand. Because you don't know what levers to pull. Like most of you don't know who you're dealing with. Like you don't know even what they enjoy, what they like, what they're afraid of. Who are you talking to? Some of you get your girl, you don't even know her. You don't know any of her fears, so you can't recreate that. Like you're doing shit on a very low level. Tell me someone's like what that is that they want. Tell me their goals and tell me what they're running away from. And I know everything about the person enough to control their whole world as ever I would want, if I would want to. Because I can turn on both levers if I want. I can give you what I want, and I can give you what you want, and I can take it away. I can give you what you're running from, and I can take it away. That's it. That's really all that there is to it. Toxic rubber band is one way. Good and then bad, good and bad. And you can create both. It's very addictive to create emotional spikes with people. Do I e-commerce and drop shipping hold against AI concepts? Absolutely not. Men are empathetic, women are sympathetic. It's possibly true. Empathetic's probably true for men. It's probably true because you have strength behind it. Empathy without strength is, most likely sympathy, right? Because women can't really empathize with a man because they don't know. Like, I'm not saying that women are bad or anything, but they don't know what it's like to be a man. They don't know what it's like to have the same pressure. And that's why before 2030, you'll see periods where you might see men dead on the street because they killed themselves. I guarantee you will know people who have killed themselves during that period, 2028 to 2030, 2028 to 2032. You will know people who have taken their life because there's too much pressure. You've got a wife and kids and then you're made redundant. You don't know what to do anymore. Some guys will be fired from their work and lying to their chick because they don't know what to do. Some guys have been hiding from who they are and haven't done any of the self-work. So then they're going to be home with their chick and they're just going to be like, I don't know what to do anymore. What do I think about Monero? I think Monero has a period where it either runs to like 2 or 3K or it's cooked. I also think this O-ring signature concept is already cracked. I don't think Monero is private because they got Richard the pony, right? What's his name? Fluffy Pony, is it? And they had him in an African jail and then they let him out. Do you guys understand that when they jail your favorite people, they do that because then they tell them that if we're to let you out, we're to let you out under certain terms that you have to toe the line now? Do you know that? They don't let them out of jail. There's no, like, people think that there's like some, I just had the best lawyers and this and that. That doesn't matter. You really think they can't manufacture evidence and put it on your phone and put you in jail for a very long time if they want? Like, do you know guys in like UK and things like that are doing like years and years in jail for tweets? But then these gurus and things like that are dodging charges because they have a good lawyer. That doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. If they want you, they will get you. And if they want you more, they will kill you. There's no hiding. Like, there's no, I'm hiding here, I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. Anyone who's out and allowed to speak, especially if they have attention, is that's for a reason. Some of you guys didn't realize a lot of Muslim pivots and things like that were done to guide you to do the same thing so that you were more accepting of immigration. Like, some people didn't click for that reason, that was a Soros-funded campaign. People got like sponsorships and contracts and they went viral as long as they pushed that ball up. Like, do you really know that? It's fucking true. Some people will deny Christ and then come and talk to you as though they fucking matter. I don't care what you do from that moment onwards. Like, you're a sellout, like, of its purest fucking form. Specifically because I know that you don't believe in what it is that you've just pushed up. It's different when people are Muslims, right? Like, people are Muslims and things like that, and that's their life, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with people who think that they can just pivot around religions as though they're changing underpants. Like, because it's your connection to God, and now you'll essentially like change, kind of spit in the face of whichever God it is, Allah, whatever one that you want, whatever it is that you claim to be behind. You can't just change. You can't fucking change. Like, there's no fucking changing. Like, that's like, you can't do that. It means you do anything. Like, you turn against anyone. You've denied the creator, or whichever creator it is that you believe in. You can't just fucking change. It's the case of the fucking matter. Is a cash still your biggest bag? I don't really hold any A cash. I bought a heap of Horizon, so Zen. I think Horizon runs to like $60, or then maybe like $200 or $300. What do I think of Palestine? I don't have anything against Palestinian people. I don't have anything against Arabic people. I have zero things against Muslims. I really respect Muslims in that they're very like loyal to Allah. Like, they're very loyal to their religion. I would never like laugh at them or anything like that. I don't believe in exactly what they believe in, but I don't like. I know that there's a lot of immigration and a lot of people do violent things who might also be saying that they're Muslims, but I think that's more of an IQ problem. Like, I think that's an IQ problem as well. I'm not saying it's solely an IQ problem, but I would hope that, and it's not me to say because I'm not a Muslim and it's not my position, but I would hope that their leadership can pull their people together, under such an idea, like pull them in. Because I don't care if I'm sitting here with a Christian and he does everything wrong. I can be the disciplinarian. I don't need to run and be dealing with the police and shit. I will discipline my own people if I have to. I'm not going to let them act like fucking apes running around. That's just the nature of being a man. Like, it doesn't matter if you can't let people who are, just because they'll agree with you and they might be good, you can't let them exploit others. Can't let them drop the society down at tiers, like, doing some things that are really like inhumane to civilians. Like, they're non-combatants. Just because they're a different race to you, that doesn't, or like, different race or different religion, they're still people. Like, honestly, like, if that's the mentality, you're no different than the central masters who don't see everyone the same way anyway. Like, there's not much difference in that regard. Hey, Stephen, I made it to the live. Good to hear from you, mate. My bad, slight error. I mean, can you use AI with business to keep making money in the future, or you recommend making the money before 2030 and getting out? No, I recommend that you still can, but you'll just be scaled out over time. Your best outcome is you build a product that could be bought out. That would be good. But you'll just be pushed out of the market of your specific genre over time. A lot of people make money in OF and make money in OF management and things like that. That's one example. And they make money in, they can run AI models and things like that. That's nothing that I've ever been in. I've never been in that business. But I know that in enough time, they'll be scaled out as well. A lot of the cash and things will be able to go back. There'll be idea of you sell your likeness, like you sell your likeness online to someone, or essentially a service. Like, OnlyFans they don't need to have creators, like people running them. They can just get all the likeness of all of the creators and just provide the product. And then the revenue goes to certain creators, but they've sold their likeness, if that makes sense. There's not a million or 10 million models anymore. There's 10 million AI models. They own all of the rights. They run it all, but you're not chatting to the girls anymore. Like, it's just that you have like a VR girlfriend in that sort of an idea. But the girl may be able to sell her rights or her likeness. If you're fucking a girl in VR and you're fucking a chick like Megan Fox, she can probably sell her likeness to such an idea. Like, she's sold rights to her likeness. It's not her, but she's sold her rights to the likeness under such an idea. I believe that will be a big thing. Like, guys like Logan Paul and guys who have crossed a certain threshold, they won't have to work anymore. They'll just have their feet up because they've crossed a certain point, but their likeness and things, they'll still be doing podcasts and stuff like that, but they won't actually be there. It will all be done on the system. Hollywood will be another. Like, if you're like, a Matt Damon or someone who was a good actor and famous or whatever, you don't have to turn up for filming anymore. but they have to pay you, like they give you a royalty still, but you don't have to do the work anymore. So then also in the future, when actors are dead, they'll be able to still film them and do rights. And if you sell your likeness or you're a famous person, they'll be able to put you in essentially whatever it is that they want forever. It's the truth. And understand this idea of like, when Musk and there's a real psyop right now with like HS TikTok and things like that, where they're doing review videos of AI edits of themselves. And they're saying that it's such a big thing and things like that. Understand that's another paid stunt. They're paying them to go there and show that that is the problem because they want to be the only ones who can say that that's an AI edit and that's not. So then if you get caught, someone gets stabbed, and then they say it's you, and then they run the Musk goes, yeah, that's a legitimate clip. He did stab that person. That's a lot of fucking power. You decide what clips are real and not. Do you know how much power that is? You decide what content is real and what's not. You give it the watermark to say this is a real video or this is an AI edit. So understand guys like that, they're paid. Like that's paid. People don't realize that's all paid and promoted because they want you to realize that it's a big problem that people are doing that. And now they want to be the ones that say what's real and what's not. If you had to live in Europe, which countries can you recommend through experience? I like Poland still. I think Poland can still be good. Do we just buy property outside the USA? I think it can be good. It depends. You have to have a risk structured portfolio. I teach that in SLB crypto as well. That's why it's good to be anonymous on the internet mostly, but that's all running to an end. All that stuff will come to an end. You have a certain amount of borrowed time. All right, lads, I got to pack it in. I got to do this shit, and then I might come live again in like an hour or two. But other than that, I'll come back in an hour or two, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, lads, love you all. Talk to you soon.